I don't complain. I don't have one. Everything is done for a reason. Like in order to build a big, strong coliseum, you got to place the bricks. Every brick's not going to be perfect. Sometimes you got to shape it and mold it. But at the end, when you're riding by and you see this big, beautiful coliseum, that's the only thing that matters. I'm 50 years old. Why would I complain about what happened in my childhood? I don't do that. And I hate people that do that. Especially the successful ones. No, shut up. Whining. Be quiet. There's people out there with real problems. And you're sitting in your big house and you're whining and complaining. I don't want to hear it, so shut it up. So there was nothing tough about my childhood, nothing at all, because I'm here. I'm in Abu Dhabi talking to the #1 guy. Must have done something right. Yes, because it's how I was taught. I'm not doing it on my own. My mother lives 5 minutes away from me. And when I retired, she said, I want you to continue to make people smile. It amazes me, over here, get the U.S., over here, 9, 10, 6-year-olds know who I am. I ain't played in 13 years. How do you know Shaq? So you have to embrace that. Like, I'm at the game and sign them like, bro, you're 3 years old, how do you know me? You're 7 years old, how do you know me? That's a blessing. So if I can make this little kid smile by taking a picture with him, I'm honoring my mother's wishes. Everyone knows Shaq loved the kids.
How come?
Because you adults are crazy. Kids don't have problems. Wake up, put their clothes on, go to school, play games, and they're fun. I want to have fun. We adults, we got problems. We got bills, we got sons, we got daughters, we got businesses, we got podcasts, we got producers. There's just too much going on. And when you're dealing with babies, that's how I want to be. I want to just be a free thinker. Yeah, pure. Like, a kid can say, Mom, I want to go to the pool, right? Now it's our job. Are the lifeguards there? There's going to be a lot of people there. Boom, boom, boom. Can you swim? It's just too much going on in our brain. So I like talking to adults too, but kids are just free, and it makes me free. And I get a chuckle when they say, "Hey, can I have your autograph?" I'm like, "Bro, you're 12. I ain't playing 12. Like, how do you even know who I am?" So it's fun. But yeah, I just love kids. I do. So one day, and this is another reason why I don't complain. Playing against the New York Knicks, have a terrible game. So my father calls, bring your tail home. So I come home, we land late. Be here tomorrow at 0500 a.m. Like, what? You heard what I said? Yes, sir. So I go home, wake up 5 a.m. We get in the car, we driving. And if my father don't speak, you don't speak. You don't speak until you're spoken to, ever. So I said something, and he's like, what? So now he's upset. What, you couldn't handle the pressure? I'm not couldn't handle the pressure. And so now he's very upset. We ride and we, under this bridge, it's a homeless family. And he sits and he turns the light off. They're sleeping in a little tent. And we're just sitting and waiting. 5:30, 6. About 6:30, the guy comes out. And my father said, that's pressure. And then the wife comes out, and then the 2 babies come out. He said, pressure is when you don't know where your next meal is coming from. I'm tired of you rich, spoiled athletes not performing to your level and then saying you can't handle the pressure. You don't know what pressure is. You still get paid after a bad game. It's not pressure, this is pressure. Get out. Like, what do you mean get out? Get out. I get out the car, he drops off. So now, I kind of knew what he wanted me to do. So I made contact with the family, I'm talking to the guy, and the guy recognized, hey man, your dad's wonderful, he brings us blanket, he brings us food, he gives us cash every now and then. My father ain't really have the resources to do what I can do, but I do, right? And not only the resources, my father was kept to himself. I'm, hey, hi, shake hands. So I'm talking to the guy, say, hey man, I'm just looking for a job. And first thing I got to do is got to get my family off the street. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Jamal, you still got them apartments that you're doing around the corner? Yeah, I need a 3-bedroom. How much? All right, 12 times 36,000. I'm gonna write you a check for 36,000. I'm gonna get them off the street. Take care of that. Hey man, you still got that furniture store? All right, I'm gonna send it. I need 3 beds, couch, boom, 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 couple TV. 10,000. All right, take care of it. So now I gotta talk to the guy. Now I got my place to stay. Got just the rent's paid, everything's paid. Give him some money for food. So what do you like to do? He said, man, I could do whatever. Hey, Tim, you still got that lawn service? You need some guys? Boom, boom, boom. But send this guy by. So I got him a job, got him a place to stay. And he was working for me until last year. He made it to where he worked for this guy, got his money up, started his own lawn service. I hired him, and he was working for me. I had to let him go because my house in Orlando, I had to sell it. But, you know, I help his kids go to college and do stuff like that. But because of that moment, Father told me, what you complaining for? My house was 70,000 square feet. What is there to complain about? I got housekeepers, I got chefs. Why do you complain about anything? I got 20 commercials running. So, you know, when the moment about the hospital and the moment about that, I'm like, it's nothing to complain about. You just deal with certain situations. And as men, we have to deal with a lot of situations. You persevere, you get around them. Things that are difficult, you break them down to its simplest form and you keep moving. Once you go, you're done, rather than go this way. No, go this way. Okay, boom, 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 up. I'm back on track. Once we go, done. Now you gotta go back to the bottom. Like if you're at a 10 and they knock you back to a 7, don't go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Go 7, 7.2, 7.3, 8, 9. Get back to 10. That's how I always look at life. No matter what comes my way. It is,
depression.
and I don't like talking about it because I have to fully understand it. And I would like to see all the spectrums, because I think it's fair to say we all have mental health problems. We all have issues, right? But I need to talk to somebody. I need to see what that really means. And then I need is mental fortitude and mental health the same thing? Like before I speak on it and before I start saying he can't do this, he can't do that, I need a better understanding. There's an ongoing problem, but I don't like to speak on stuff that I'm not well versed in. Because when you say mental health, does it have like certain categories? Like cancer, there's breast cancer, there's lung cancer. Like I want to know, is there different? And then again, mental fortitude, mental health, is that the same thing? But I think it's fair to say we all have mental issues. We all have things that we deal with. However, I was raised by a strong military man who taught me his method on how to get through it. And then I added my own method. Then I added my mother's method. And and then you always go to the bottom and say, it could be worse. You got it going on. Shut your face. Stop complaining. So once I add all those factors in, I can get through any problem. I can't speak on it. And then I would like to, now if I get an expert to teach me, and I'll become a little more competent on it, but I'm reading different researches and they're not making sense. So I actually thought about going back and getting a degree in psychology. Yeah, I thought about it. I was looking at this 4-year program and I was like 50, 54, maybe not, but we'll see. I don't like really speaking on stuff. But again, I know there is a problem. But then again, I read something that said we all have mental problems. And I was like, now that I can believe.
For sure.
That I can believe. And that first example happened to me. I didn't want to be tall. But a disadvantage can always turn into an advantage. Because I didn't want to be tall, all the stuff that my little friends could do, I could do. You jump off this building, let me do it. You do skateboard and you do on a bicycle and you do a curved window and you bring the back tire, let me do it. Help me become more athletic. Oh, you're a breakdancer and let me do it. So it affected me a little bit, but I was like, okay, you're right, I look crazy tall, but I'm gonna just hang out with these little guys and just do what they do. And then by 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, I'm an athletic beast. I dance like a little guy. I can do skateboard, I can roll, I can do everything the little guy can do. And if you look at Giannis, what he's doing, I was the first big guy to do that. To go coast to coast and, throw it down. So, but I'm gonna add that. There's little T and there's big T. I like that. Thank you. What I mean by be a leader and as a follower. Basic things parents do is they teach you right from wrong, right? So when you're out with friends who don't have similar teachings and they say, hey, let's go do this, now that be a leader, not a follower kicks in. If you do that, you're gonna get in trouble, right? You know, if I do this, I'm going to get suspended. I know if I do this, mom and dad's going to be upset. So that's what I mean when I'm being a leader, not a follower. Like, we're all taught our basics. Don't do this, don't do that, don't say this, don't say that. Everybody's taught from here to here to here. We're all taught the same thing. And then, so that's why when you only ask me one thing, I would teach them that. When you know right from wrong, don't mess with wrong.